Okay, so welcome you guys to our team meeting, and we are so pumped from Summit. Like, it was such an amazing time, and so we're excited to share some of our takeaways with you. But I thought we'd start just with real quick, like, we're welcoming our new coaches. So we got Brooke Anderson, and she is Julia's coach. Where's Julia?
I don't know. You're supposed to be joining in.
She'll join us. And calendar, let's talk. So we've got our Country Heat. You know, Country Heat just launched. So if you don't have it yet, get it. Our coaches only test group. Loud people. There we go. Okay, so we're doing a coaches only test group, and that's already started. If you want to get in on that, just look for the link or message me and we'll add you to it. And we're even doing fitness friends, so you can get a fitness friend and do it. So that's happening, and then we also have a live sneak peek going on right now, which we're trying out live videos in there, and I think it's really fun because a lot of us, and feel free to hop in even if you didn't sign up and make a video. Like, I decided I'm probably going to do one every day just because I have a lot to say. But so if any of you guys want to do lots of videos, I mean, if you guys want to do daily videos, feel free. I just make them short and sweet. And, but yeah, that's happening. So get some people in there. I'm working on adding some more people right now. I've messaged a couple people this week, and I'm going to also follow up with, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but this group is the same group we've been doing it in. So there's some people from the past that are still in there. So I'm probably going to message some of my people that are still in there and be like, hey, I'm not sure if you noticed that we're doing, another sneak peek, but we've got some live videos, and say, are you still interested in coaching? And just kind of bring it up again, because some of them never really answered me, or kind of were like, oh, now's not a good time. So I'm going to follow up with them, because you guys, following up is huge. The fortune is in the follow-up. Sometimes people usually don't actually buy something until they've had like 7 touch points. So following up is a big. Hey, Julia. Yeah, so Brooke is Julia's coach. And anyway, what else is going on? We've got, next week we're starting a Team Chic country group for our customers. So this week I'm just messaging tons of people. I just posted a script in the Team Chic Facebook group. Check it out if you don't know what to say. It has all the touch points that I'll be talking about, with like what all comes with the challenge pack and stuff like that. So check it out. You can tweak it or use it, and because that's literally exactly what I'm going to be messaging people this week. And I'm keeping a list. It's important to keep a list. So I've got my Country Heat people that I'm talking to. And that way, if it goes on sale in 6 months or whatever, I can follow up with these people and be like, hey, did you know what's on sale, or whatever. It's just really important that you always, that was one of the things we learned at Summit, was work from a to-do list. So here's my to-do list here I'm working on. And then also work from a list of like people. So I've got, my Country Heat people, and then past people, July people. So that way you always have someone to talk to. I think that's everything. Anyone else have anything they want to announce, I guess? Look at Vi sitting in the chair acting like Jody. She's like, hey guys, girl boss here. All right, so I want to turn, I'm not going to speak first. I want to see, I'm going to turn the time over to anyone that went to Summit. We had a good turnout. We all rented an Airbnb, and so it was really great. So for Lisa and Stephanie, they were at a hotel. So, but it was really fun to hang out together. If you haven't bought your ticket yet, you need to get it, because you guys, it like puts the biggest fire under your butt. So who wants to share first out of those that went to Summit? You want to go, Shereen? Okay.
So I made a quick list of all of my takeaways, but I'll just hit a couple of them because there were a lot of takeaways. Let's see. One of the ones that really hit home was Shanti's talk about being transparent. He talked about, imagine if you lived in a glass house. He's a lot more descriptive than I'm going to be, but but imagine if you lived in a glass house and people could see everything about your life, and what would that look like? And so I have a tendency not to mention the times that I go to the store and buy Oreos, but I decided I really need to mention those times a little more.
Yes.
Because, nutrition is the one thing that I struggle with the most. It's sort of the part that I'm the least committed to. So that's just, one thing that I thought I just need to be more real, and I think people will relate to me better. One of our challengers in our last group made a comment to Paige and had said something about how, she just assumed that Paige and I were perfect and that we never struggled with anything. And I thought, oh dear, I really am portraying the wrong image. So that kind of just hit home to me that that's one thing I need to do. And then the other thing that kept being repeated over and over again in lots of different places was personal development. If you're not doing personal development, you're going to be struggling in your business. So we've got lots of resources. We can come up with a list if any of you need that. But so those were my two big ones, I think.
Amen. I'm just going to add to that. I love the glass house visual because I'm such a visual person, and so since then I've been trying to be a little more like real and transparent about like, oh well, I didn't eat perfect, or because I think everyone assumes we're like perfect because we're coaches. And I think a big reason why we need to not portray that we're perfect is because it's duplicatable to not be perfect. You know what I mean? Like people don't want to sign up if they feel like I have to eat perfect, I have to have a perfect body, I have to, do perfect posts or whatever.
Right. Well, and that was the other thing that I noticed at the convention too, was there were so many different coaches of all ages, shapes, and sizes. And, there were lots and lots of really overweight coaches, but they were there and they were working it and they were making an effort. And that was really impressive and inspiring to me. So,
yeah. There were even several in the Million Club, I noticed. There's several.
Yeah, right. That didn't have perfect bodies.
So if they can do it, we can do it. And I even wrote this down. I think someone else mentioned a different speaker. It was, I don't remember who it was, but they said people love seeing you screw up. And I was like, it's so true. Like if you because I have to give you an example. So the other day it was yesterday, I was checking my email and I'm signed up for Jenna Kutcher's emails. And the email title was, I really, really messed up. And I was like, oh, what's this? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. I want to see someone else mess up. Because social media, you just see perfect, right? And so I was like, oh, she's talking about failure. Like she's talking about how she messed up. I'm going to read this, And I was like, that is interesting. I think if we share more of, not necessarily like, you have to be tactful too, but I would say, just share more of like, crap, I got off the bandwagon, or whatever. It is more relatable. Jody, what were some of your favorite takeaways?
It's really loud over here. But I really enjoyed. Could you turn it down a little bit, please? They asked 50 times. So I really like Scotty Hobbs and Barbie Kalev. And I'm just trying to find my notes. 1 second. I'm a little bit disorganized right now. Ow! What are you doing? I was turning it down. Give it.
Yeah, their talk was on overcoming fears and doubts. That was the title of their talk.
Right. Anyway, yeah, I don't really remember what to say about that, but I really liked their talk about that, and I just thought it was interesting because I was like, Barbie, you're married to Sagi. Like, how do you ever struggle with anybody wanting to join you? I'd be like, all on that.
Right.
But even someone as successful or married to a celebrity super trainer has those moments as well. And then
yeah, she said you're always going. I'm just gonna add to that what you're saying. You're always going through something, so share about it. Share about it. I feel like there's always, even if you feel like I'm the weird minority, I feel like no, there's always someone that's gonna be like, amen, girl, like fist bump, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I didn't take a lot of notes, but anyway, I liked how there was stuff in the smaller group about like setting benchmarks and really understanding how to like grow your business after you hit different milestones. You know, how like we hit diamond and then we think, okay, I'm at diamond. I'm good. What's next? And so just understanding like what your goals need to be within the leadership ladder in order to continue growing. So things like, when you become a team builder, like what do you do? When you become a team leader, what do you do? And so I liked how they talked about like changing your mindset after you become diamond, and that's really when your business starts. And that you should celebrate, but you need to get back to work, and that understanding that like time management is really like 80% recruiting, and then the other 20% is working with your team. And I definitely feel like that's something that I struggle with, feeling like I have to, find every link for them when they can just Google it themselves, or, I'm like just kind of differentiating between like my role as a leader and having ownership over the team, but also allowing them to grow themselves and become leaders themselves, and to just really like set your goals on paper so that you can like properly visualize them. And when you're wanting to build your team, knowing who you're looking for, and consistently sharing the business 3 to 5 times a week, and not doing things like sneak peeks more than once a month, like having webinars, using more than one type of platform and social media, not being afraid to like direct message your customers and your challengers and any referrals that somebody might give you, and just really sharing your story and inviting. And I feel like it always comes down to like sharing your story. And then not being afraid to like ask somebody to feature you. So having somebody share your story for you, to help you to recruit, so that it doesn't like all have to be just you. And then being proactive about your recruiting, so that, you're not just like, okay, I'm diamond, I've got 8 coaches, and then that's it, and like never progressing, but being proactive and having like a cushion for your rank. So really that goes along with like posting nonstop, and anyway, one of the things that they said about that was that it takes like 5 team leaders. So you have, in the leadership ladder, you've got, what is it? Team.
There's
What's the first one?
builder.
Oh, builder. Anyway, team builder, then team leader, and then executive leader, and then whatever. But it takes like 5 team leaders. And I mean, I've been doing this 2 years, and I'm like just getting close to team leader. And so it takes 5 of those to build a full-time 6-figure income as an executive leader. And so I thought that, okay, leave her blanket alone. I'm really sorry. We're having a rough evening. The one won't stop tormenting the other, and it's making me get really angry. So it takes 5 of those. And I just thought that statistic was really interesting because, I'm like, okay, I've got to hit team leader. I've got to do this, and I got to do that. And I'm like, well, I don't really know what my goals are, like statistic-wise, like what things I'm supposed to be aiming for, because I know I want to have a 6-figure income. And instead of just like randomly chasing after things and just like working on being like the leader that you want to be right now. So like proactively working with like 1 to 2 coaches every month to help them then duplicate and build their business forward, and like select those coaches based on the leadership ladder, so that like your coaches that are consistently hitting like team builder, those are the ones that you should be working with to help them move up to the next level, to help you move up to the next level. And it's okay to work with your coaches to help them make it happen, and just kind of figuring out like the culture and the community that you want, and like understanding what people really want from you as a leader. And so I felt like, those were things that I needed to sit down and work on, and I don't know, really kind of get an understanding of, or I just kind of will keep being in the same place always and not ever expanding. And there was just a quote that I saved. And I thought of Kelly. I don't know if you saw it, Kelly, but I mean, you were sitting right beside me, so you must have. But it was like an acronym.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
So it says, if you fail, never give up, because FAIL means first attempt in learning. End is not the end. In fact, END means effort never dies. If you get no as an answer, remember NO means next opportunity. Positive thinking. So that was the Kelly, bunch of acronyms, the Kelly quote. Yeah. And then other than that, there's just like, I really liked when they talk, and this is all like in the same seminar, I really liked when they talked about like how to coach your challengers to have long-term success. And I don't know that when any of us start that we really understand like how to do that. Some of us pick it up faster than others, and I think that we all consistently do some of them, but then following up with them and continuing on with those things to ensure that they're going to have continued success is another thing. Like, I feel that anytime somebody becomes a coach, obviously they're going to have this community and be able to have accountability a lot easier than someone who just stays a challenger. But, how do you like help somebody who's like just starting for the first time? And anyway, there was a lot of stuff in that too, but I feel like I'm rambling. So maybe I'll just share that later.
Yeah. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with the leadership ladder, it's in the back office. And I think that is really important. I think it gives you a good balance of building for income and for rank, because it tells you like, okay, to be a team leader, you need to hit SC5, and you need to have 5 of your coaches hitting Success Club, and you need to make $2,000 a month, and you need to have 500 volume on your week leg. And then once you do that, then you're a team leader, and then you've got to become an organization leader, which means you're a 2-star, and that you have 2 team leaders, and that you're hitting Success Club, and that I think 5 of your coaches are hitting Success Club. So, and I can't remember the volume. I think it's like 10,000 on your week leg, but it gives you like a really good balance of what you should be aiming for. And they just barely came up with this like maybe a year ago, and I love it because like I'm always checking my leadership ladder to see where I'm at, because I want to not only build for rank but build for volume and help my team, get there too. So so make sure you check that out. There's a little PDF that you can click on. Like when you go to your back office and it says Success Club, there's another tab right behind it that says Leadership Ladder, and it will show you where you're at on the leadership ladder. And then if you scroll to the bottom, if you kind of scroll to the bottom, there's a little link at the bottom that has a PDF of how the leadership ladder works and like where to get, how to get to each level. So that's something I really, really focus on, because then you're not just focusing on rank and you're not just focusing on income, but you're kind of combining the two and building your team at the same time. So I did like that they said that, you gotta, if you want to make 6 figures, gotta have 5 team leaders. So that's something to work towards. Okay, Joelle, you want to share your thoughts?
No, I'm just kidding. It was awful, you guys. I didn't learn anything. But seriously, whoever didn't make it this year, don't wait. Just buy your ticket and go, because
Trust us.
Yeah, it totally lit a fire under me. Not to mention, I think that bonding as a team was just so fantastic. Like, I feel so much closer to all of you guys. And it was so much fun. I was talking to my aunt today, and she's like, I saw the pictures of your trip, and honestly, this is exactly what you needed. Like, it's been long overdue for you. I was like, yeah, I needed some girl time. But I learned a lot, and I was really inspired by a lot of the talks that were given, and by our team and the coaches that I finally got to meet. Some of the things that stood out to me were obviously Shanti's talk as well. Like Shireen said, that made me think about a lot of things that I need to be better at being transparent about. Who else was there? Okay, so I wrote down a couple of things, just quotes that people said that stood out to me and that I want to ponder about a little more, especially Joey. Jody. That's Maria's baby's name right there, Joey. Wait, not there. That's not Joey, is it? No, that's Jesse. Oh my God.
Jesse, he's not going to bed.
Jesse, get to bed. He's like, no, Joelle. Anyway, this is one line that I liked. It says, jealousy is a poison that will rob you of your destiny. And how true is that? I know for me, I will often look at other coaches. Like, I've been in the game for almost 2 years now, and I don't have the same success as a lot of other coaches do. And I could sit here and just be like, oh, they were so much better at it than me. They just lucked out. I didn't do this, and blah, 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 blah. And I could just get jealous of it, or I could actually do something about it and figure out what I bring to the business that maybe they don't. What else? I wrote down a lot of things about social media because that's what I like to do. So a couple of things to think about is what makes you you. So think about your passions, your interests, your hobbies, your motivations, inspiration, your daily life, your family, your beliefs, your knowledge, what you can share with others. Those are some things that I'm going to focus about and really look into and figure out what mine are. Consistency is key. I wrote that down like 1,000 times and underlined it because you have to be consistent. I am not consistent in doing my power of threes. And that's probably what's been holding me back for quite a long time. So I need to get better with that. What else is there, you guys? I'm sorry. I feel a little emotional right now. Alyssa did this amazing post, this amazing live video. And it was just so perfect and something that I really want to do. So I'm going to take off now because I'm just going to cry, but you guys need to go check out her video because she implemented exactly what Shanti was saying, and she was just so inspiring. Someone else take over.
All right.
Make it Alyssa. She looks ready.
Jump on with that.
Yeah, take over, girl.
Don't cry, Joelle, because you're going to make me cry again. I need to let my dog out while I'm doing this, so bear with me. So I just did a live video because I watched that Shanti presentation on transparency, and yeah, if you haven't watched the video, definitely go check it out. But sorry, I can't function right now. He shared that he was sexually abused as a child, and that it was actually pretty shocking, but he was like, and I liked it, and I didn't, come to terms with that for a long time. Outside, go potty. Oh my God. But when he finally did, that it totally opened up so much of his life because he, was at peace with the truth, and he was able to move forward from that. Because when you're stuck in this one place where you don't really know how to get out of, or you don't have the resources to, or the mindset, then it kind of really holds you back from a lot of stuff. But I was really trying hard not to cry while he was talking because I'm going to try not to cry again. But he really hit me with that, because when I went through that 12 years ago, I had the option to, let it bring me down for the rest of my life, or just kind of get back on my feet and keep going. And at 12 years old, I couldn't even tell you how I did it. It was just like a survival mode. But the older I got, the more I realized, wow, I need to make something of my life instead of, letting this define me. So I realized too that there are so many people out there that have gone through that, and I'm not doing any good for anybody by not talking about it. And it's really hard, but if I can help one person or 10,000, then it can maybe save their life. I don't know, or just, improve their quality of life. But I realized that I need that to be a part of my journey too. And I don't have to be this that's my only focus, but I definitely want to figure out a way to incorporate that into sharing my story, because it is what it is, and it's not all about, eating right and working out. It's the big picture. So yeah, I shared that live on Facebook. It was really challenging, but I was going to say that was my biggest takeaway too, was that transparency talk and truth and trusting yourself and figuring out who you are is not easy at all, because we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So if you're, the average of 5 different people, how the hell do you figure out who you are? We pick up habits and things of so many different people. So it's a challenge, but I am incredibly thankful for all of you guys, because I don't know if I would have done that otherwise. And I know that it's just the start of something that I should be doing, something good. So yeah, if you haven't gotten your ticket, get it, because we better see you next year. And that was my
Amen. And Shalene talked a little bit about sharing your story, your whole story. And she said, she almost gave it a recipe for inspiring, which I loved, because I always wondered, how do you, like, you know, they always say inspire, but I'm like, how? Like, I want the recipe. Like, tell me the how. And she basically said to inspire, like, you share your feelings and you share your story. Like, and, you know, she said, share the details and the darkest parts, which is what you did, Alyssa, which is so brave of you. She said, don't lead with the products, lead with the story. And that change comes from the people we meet and the books we read. And so, yeah, that just really inspired me. I started writing down my story and really the details of my story to paint a picture, because I think that is so important. And even if you don't feel like your story is that powerful or that amazing, it's yours and it's who you are. And you don't have just one story. That was another thing Shalene said. She's like, you don't have just one story, you have many stories, you know? So channeling in on those ones that really relate to coaching and draw people in, I think is really important to do. So I kind of wrote it down as if I was like writing my own story, and it made me like, you know, if you write down all the senses, engage all the senses, like the touch, taste, sound, smell of everything that was going on, then I think you can really, people can really visualize, because I'm not a very good storyteller. I like to get to the point. So I'm just like, yeah, so this is the general idea, blah, you know? And I think that when you can get really specific, and just, I don't know, paint a picture, I guess, then people can really relate to that. So that was one of my takeaways with Shalene, is just sharing all of your stories, like you did, Alyssa. Natasha, do you want to share some of yours? Some of your takeaways?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Well, I mean, I feel a lot of what jumping in late, I didn't get to hear what everyone else said. But for me, it really, like Joe was saying, lit like a fire underneath me. At one point, at the very end of when we were doing the social media training, they had us put our hands over our heart and close our eyes and, you know, read out these, like, I can't remember the exact words because I was so emotional because it just hit me to heart. The girls will vouch. I started crying. Like, seriously, it hit me so hard because right now with me with work, a lot is going on. Now I'm going to start. So a lot has been going on with me at work, and I unfortunately got demoted from at work. So everything has changed income-wise for me. So it's a huge, huge thing for me going to this training and seeing this, and I hate the way I'm looking while I'm crying right now. And anyways, what's it called? So this whole past weekend was just emotionally, like, so much for me to help me just finally get back into the goals that I had for myself a year ago, because I've been doing this for a year now. Have actively doing it for a year? No, but in essence, I have been a coach for a year, and this just really is pushing me to make sure that I can make this something that can provide for my son and I. I mean, I am the sole provider for him and I don't want us to have to worry about making ends meet or how I'm going to pay for certain things. So everything that we learned, and being genuine and being real, and don't, fluff it up. Like, don't just make it seem like, oh yeah, here I am eating this salad, but really I'm eating this massive hamburger. Show the hamburger, be real, say, hey, I have an occasional cheat meal. I'm human. I'm just like you. Don't make it seem like you're just this perfect little person and, that you want to be like me, when in reality, I'm just like you. So for me, that was a huge, huge thing to take. I'm like Joelle, I'm a big social media person. I love it. I like doing it and I have fun with it. So, you know, that was again, like, be real on that as well. I mean, don't let them see, because like Sean T was saying, it's that glass house, you know. If you want to walk around in your skivvies, and then you better be real, and you know, people are going to see it, instead of just saying like, oh yes, I'm so working out, look at me hold this weight, that kind of stuff. So for me, it's been a huge emotional weekend for me, and taking back a lot of information and being very like gun-ho. Some of the girls know this, but I'm working in the process of selling my Uber driver to the airport a challenge pack, because I was like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to make Success Club this month, and it's going to continue on for the rest of the year, and so on and so forth. So that's been something that for me has been big. I mean, my aunt, who a year ago said, oh, Beachbody's kind of expensive, is actually interested in the Country Heat now. So it just, you know, it's taken her a year to finally see that I'm like genuinely doing this, but you know, she's finally doing it. So it may not be like that, like some of the other people, you know, and it was very much like, don't look at them. Their success is different than your success. And that's true. You cannot live and use them always as examples, because if anything, it's going to bring you down more.
Yeah, Natasha. And didn't you think it was so inspiring when you saw all these people on the Success Club All-Star Wall, or on the Diamond Wall, or walking the stage as 5-star, 10-star, Million Club? You know, there were so many. It was just cool to see like all these people doing it and be like, I can do it. Like, why not me? You know what I mean? I think that was one thing that you get from being there, is you're just like, hey, I could do that too. That could be me, you know?
Oh, completely. I mean, as many people that are like in Team Inspiration that are part of our, you know, little group in essence, seeing over there, it's like, well, I'm teammates with them. If they can do it, then I can do it.
Right.
I mean, and it's crazy because you think about it. I mean, like what Carl was pointing out, that like 70% of the population, I think it was, or something, were on track to 70% of the population being obese. I mean, that's outrageous. There's no way we shouldn't be able to help, you know, a good chunk of people. I mean, my biggest thing is like, oh, everyone's a Beachbody coach. Oh, how hard is it going to be for me to find someone? Oh my gosh, you know, oh, if I'd started a few years ago, it'd been easier. It's like, no, there's plenty of people out there. You got to find it and work at it. And I was telling Kelly, I said, my biggest thing is the inviting side, like me doing my genuine, hey girls, not, hey, you want to join my boot camp? And I haven't talked to them at all, or, you know, that kind of thing. It's no, build that relationship and they will come. Like, that's the biggest thing that I feel, a big thing for me that I lack, is building that relationship, so that they feel that I'm not just there to be like, here, buy this product. You know, how we hate when our friends do it to us. Hey, you want to do a party for Unique? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, come to my Mary Kay thing. No, just be real.
Yeah.
And have a better success in that regards, I think.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Natasha. Who else? Did everyone talk? Is it my turn? Okay, I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk about Gary Jerry Vanderchuck. We kept butchering their names on purpose. It was funny at the time. Anyway, Gary Vaynerchuk. He wrote Jab Jab Right Hook, and I'm thinking of, anyway. So Gary Vaynerchuk. Everybody needs to read Jab Jab Right Hook if they haven't yet. Put that on your list. It's not, you can't read it on Audible. It's like a friggin' textbook. It's like this big. But they talk about it all the time. So I was finally like, it's like $15 on Amazon. I was finally like, all right, I need to get this dumb book, because every top coach talks about it all the time. But he is very blunt, and he just tells it like it is. And he, one of the things I loved about him or that he said was that patience, he was like, guys, the main point of my talk is patience is the number one reason people lose as entrepreneurs. And I couldn't agree more, because I've been doing this for 2 years. I've seen so many coaches come and go. I've seen so many coaches have good intentions and then just quit for one reason or the other. And it's all about patience. This is a baby steps business. This is a crock pot business, not a microwave. It takes time. You're not going to be a diamond your first month. You're not going to make $1,000 your first month. Like, that's pretty unrealistic. So it just takes time to like build up that momentum. But it's all about consistency, which is something Melanie Mitchell talked about. He said, 97% of you are lazier than you think. And I was like, ouch, you know, but seriously, like, we all think like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard, but it's like, yeah, but how many invites did you really send today? How many people did you message about Country Heat? How many people did you message about the live sneak peek that we're doing? Because if you're not spending most of your time, frankly, in the messaging part of your Facebook and not the scrolling part, then I think you're wasting your time. I think messaging is where the money's at. So he said, blah, 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 blah. He said, content is king, add value. You know, he was like, he said he stalked some of our posts. He's like, I did some research. I stalked some of you guys on Instagram. And I was like, so I want you guys to think, what would, you know, if Gary V stalked your posts, would he be like, hey, she's doing a great job. Like, this is some great content. I'm learning a lot. I have gotten some great value. Or would he be like, okay, like, there's nothing here. Like, I'm not getting it, you know? And it made me think of my post, and I was like, crap, like, I need to, and you know what's great is that when you're like when you have nothing to post about, you just post about the vital behaviors. You post about personal development, because every time I talk about a book I'm reading, people are like, oh my gosh, I should totally read that. Thanks for the recommendation. And so talk about personal development, like whatever you're reading, or quote it. People love quotes. People love quotes. Or, you know, post about your exercise or your eating. Like, those are all things that you can post about. Post recipes, like whatever posts that you find value from, try to give those. Even if you're posting about a sale or something, like anytime you are adding value, people are going to trust you, and that's what it's all about. Okay, he said this was another punch in the gut. He said, it doesn't matter how many Instagram followers you have, it matters how many Instagram followers you have that care. And I was like, oh, do they care? How many really care what the crap you're doing? How many care, you know, about, you know, your posts and your, all that. So, so what else? Let me look here. He said, if you have $1, spend it on Facebook ads. Like, he talked about Facebook ads a lot. He's like, there were a couple girls walking out, and he's like, I hope you guys are walking out to go work on Facebook ads right now. Like, he called out these girls that left early. So I really do think that we need to start tapping into that, because you know what's really cool? Like today, for example, Facebook, and he says this in his book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. He says Facebook is like, he's like, where else can you get like killer stats for you about your posts? You know, what people like and what they don't like. Facebook will tell me if sometimes I post a quote and it'll be like 95% of your followers like this post more than most of the other, you know what I mean? It'll say that more than the other posts you've been doing. Do you want to boost it? So that in itself gives you like an idea of what your fans like to hear from you. And then the cool thing is let's say you have an awesome post. Like I had a post I did called Now Accepting Applications, and I got a pretty decent response from it. So I boosted it, and then I got an even better response from it. And then I pinned it to my Facebook page. So it's the very first thing. I'm hoping it's the first thing they say. You guys have to let me know for sure. And then I didn't get very much traction from the sneak peek coaching opportunity post I did on Sunday. So I was like, well, I'll just boost that bad boy again because I don't have to reinvent the wheel again. So I boosted that post that I knew did well in the past, and I boosted it again and paid for it. And I had someone fill out an application. So that's another reason you should be having a Facebook fan page and boosting and at least paying attention to the statistics that it's giving you. And then you can boost. The cool thing is you can boost those coaching opportunity posts, and then you can reboost them again in a month or two. Or you can even boost posts that are not necessarily call to action posts, but that you just got a lot of interest on, just to add value again. So, so definitely I would recommend that we all work on that. And what else? Let's see. But basically he was like, he's like, you guys, the reason why I'm famous is because I give you my best advice, and he's like, and like 97% of you guys won't take it. He's like, I give away all this crap for free, and half most of you won't even do it. And he talked about how you should be on Snapchat, which I love, and Joelle loves. And, Jody's on there. Shireen just joined. Natasha.
I was going to say, I loved Snapchat while I was in Summit, but now that I'm home, I'm like, I don't even know what that is anymore.
Come on, you gotta channel your Summit, Joelle.
I know. I think you guys took it all out of me. I'm tired now. I'm not funny anymore. I'm just dead.
I know, it's like mom life.
Back home. So happy.
Oh, Alexia is asking if we can do a tutorial on Snapchat. Is that what you said? I gotta scroll down here.
Well, did you guys just see what Instagram posted today or did today?
No, what?
Oh my God, that's what I've been watching. They have Instagram stories now. They're basically, besides the filters, have pretty much taken over this whole thing. So here's Kate Hudson's, and it goes she'll scream a video, and then you can jump onto the next person. And so there's Ashley Smith, and she's doing one video, and it'll go to the next. It's insane, and you can flip back and forth between them all. I'm like, wait. Instagram is really slacking because they feel that Snapchat is completely taken away from them.
What? Oh my gosh, I'm looking at it.
I know. I was like, what? Hey, I've been busy at work all day because I was back from almost 7-day vacation.
Wait.
And I saw this pop up at the very beginning. So if you have done your update, it will look like this at the top. Let's see if I can
update it. Well, I didn't. Yeah, it's got these little circles at the top, and we need.
Yeah, so that's the new update. That's your way of watching the stories.
How do I make a story?
You just I just saw it here, and you tap the video for photo or for phone or video for photo or video, and now you make the story that way.
Wait, how do I make it a video?
So it's just
my mind is blown. I'm having a team meeting, and they're teaching me about videos on Instagram. Holy crap. I feel like I'm cheating on my boyfriend. Okay, wait, I'm adding it to my story. I just did one right now. There you go.
That's what Kate Hudson was just saying. She goes, I feel like I'm cheating.
Oh my gosh.
And you can add color and you can add all that to it. That's at least what I've been watching. I'm like, I'm off of Instagram for less than 24 hours and this is what happens?
Yeah.
What is this?
Okay, so we all need to get on that, because here's the other thing I took away from Gary. He didn't say this, but I was like, he said, I just noticed that he's first. He's always first. Mm-hmm. He's first on, he was one of the first on YouTube. He was on Google, doing Google ads. He's anytime there's a new one, he's on it. And that's what I feel like we need to be. That's why I was like, guys, Country Heat. So for example, I did a YouTube video with the very first Country Heat sneak peek. I did it live. I did a live Facebook, and then I figured out how to download it from my Facebook fan page and upload it to YouTube. It has 8,000 hits right now because Country Heat is so new. Everyone's searching for Country Heat. So, and I had someone message me and be like, I saw your YouTube video on Country Heat. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's working. anytime you can be first, you know, so everyone needs to make a country heat video ASAP. You know, like get on there, don't just start sloppy, do your thing. And so we all need to be doing this Instagram stories thing ASAP. That was a big takeaway from Gary, was like, be first, just do it first, start sloppy, figure it out, you know.
Did you see Shireen's comment?
Who?
In the group? Shireen.
In what group?
She sold 2 Country Heat Challenge packs today.
What? Atta girl. Oh, and Lisa sold 2 yesterday. Lisa, I just learned how to say your name today. I was calling you Lisa Boucher.
I know you did, and I was just going to let it slide.
You're like, oh, stinking Americans. No, it's Lisa Boucher.
There you go.
Boucher. Okay, so I won't butcher it anymore. Okay, congrats on selling your challenge packs. You guys will have to tell us. What are your secrets?
I just sold one too while we were talking.
What? Good job. Dang. Okay, ladies, tell us your tips before we sign off.
I just feel like it's a really great sort of gateway workout. So anyone who has been hesitant about being or is trying really intense workouts, this is perfect for them, because it's something that's going to get them moving, but it's going to be, you know, not like overwhelming and say, oh, it's too hard, I give up, you know. So
I'm going to tell you the truth. I just messaged my friend and said, if you love me, you'll buy challenge packs because it's Team Cup.
If you what? If you what? If you like
If
me?
you love me, you'll buy a challenge pack.
Atta girl. Way to work your network. What about you, Jody?
Well, I have 2 links that I've sent out. So I have, if they check out, I have 2 others that are sold as well. And those ones were a little bit different than the one that I just did sell. The one that I did just sell was somebody who I had signed up as a free customer because she already had 21-day fix. And it just, I mean, it I'm sure it was a multitude of things, but, you know, we started talking about it as I was going to Summit because she's originally from Nashville and I was going to meet up with her for lunch. So it helped that I dragged Joelle and Alyssa along with me because I didn't want to carry my bags, so I made Joelle come.
And almost made me fall asleep at the wheel on the way home. But that's okay.
I found you. I kept her awake. And so it helped that the 3 of us, or 4 of us, were all talking about it and how excited we were. And I mean, she already, obviously, like, she knows who Joelle is because I talk about Joelle a lot and she sees her in, obviously, all, like, our family photos and stuff. But so I think that, like, it being in person and, like, you know, actually talking about it made a difference because we were showing we were excited about this thing that's just kind of a departure from the norm. And up to that point, she had kind of asked about it and then just kind of like avoided answering about it while we talked about meeting up for lunch. And then for one of the other ones, she's actually, so these 2 other girls are actually currently in challenge groups. And the one, they're both loving Shakeology, so I'm hoping to sign them up, you know, at the same time. They've got the links. Oh, no, there's 3. I lied. I have 3 more. So the one, she has really bad, crap. What's it called again? The abs. Diastasis recti or whatever. So where her abs are split apart. And I've actually been coming across that a lot more the more I've been focused on like signing up new moms, like very new moms that are needing their first kind of workout program. And so basically, if you don't know what that is, it's like your ab muscles have separated and they've separated wide enough that you can like literally stick your hand inside your abs, and it's exercise can actually hurt it and make it a lot worse. And so the trouble I keep running into with 21-day fix is how to adjust it so that they can do it and still like whittle away at their core without doing ab exercises that are going to hurt their core. And so if you don't, I'm going to shout out Bonnie for a second because Bonnie is she's a physiotherapist, so she's actually helped me out quite a bit. And even with this challenger in particular, because I didn't know what to say for exercises. So if you need help with that kind of stuff, Bonnie's like definite expert to talk to and can give advice on what to say. But she came to me and was like, do you think country heat would be easier on my ab muscles so I don't have to modify quite so much? And so I feel like it's one of those things that, yeah, it can help people that have a lot more weight to lose and are just starting out, but it's also for people that are injured, and it's still going to work on their core, and it's still going to whittle away their tummies, and it's still going to strengthen that, but they won't have to modify quite as much, you know, with the concentrated ab exercises. So anyway, that was the big one, and the other ones were just excited from seeing the posts that I did.
Which post was it that you did? Was it the before? Was it the one that you copied mine?
Which one was that? I copy all of yours. Which one?
I don't know. I didn't know you did more than one. There was the before and after one.
Well, okay, I'm exaggerating slightly, but I often take a look at what you've done and then adjust it.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Everyone look at Stephanie's baby.
Oh, there. Oh, my goodness. I got to unmute her. Can you unmute yourself, or do you need me to do it? Oh, my gosh. Look at her hair.
Oh.
This is Kennedy.
Aw.
She's got the longest fingers on the face of the planet. I don't know if you can see, but they're like so long.
Guys, how do I'm going to screenshot this because this is adorable. Wait, how do I screenshot on a Mac? I forgot.
You go to preview, and then you go to file, take screenshot.
What? I thought you could just do like Shift F3 or Shift.
Oh,
It's like Command Shift 3.
Yes. Okay, ready? Everyone look at the camera and smile and show us the baby. Oh, don't cry.
Apparently she doesn't like photos.
Cute.
Well, see you guys later.
Bye. Congrats.
Oh, it's so cute.
Okay, wait. So who's talking? Oh,
me. Was one of them a country heat post? Hold
yeah.
on.
I did a before and after picture. I wasn't sure if it was that one or.
Oh, right. The bathing suit girl.
Yeah.
No, it was before that one. But I need people to go and comment on my last transformation post because nobody's commented on it, and I've been saving it for like 2 weeks.
All right, we'll do that after.
I'm trying to scroll down and see.
You know what my plan is? I'm going to talk about it every day this week. Today I did one, or yesterday I did one of my kids doing it, and today I did my watch showing that I burned 160 calories, and tomorrow I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to be something. And maybe it'll be a live video. Yeah, it'll be a live video. I mean, I think I'll upload a video organically. And
I did a video to post tomorrow morning of like, I meant to post it today, but I slacked. But anyway, Violet was like so clingy after I came home that she made me carry her for like half of my country heat workout. So that's my like being real and transparent video of like barely getting the workout done.
That's awesome. Did you guys see Candace McDermott? She got her husband to wear like a hat and boots and like a cowboy jacket or whatever, and she's gotten I'm thinking at least 1,000 hits, if not more, on that video. So if you can do something goofy like that with your family, that's gonna be awesome.
I had 800 views on my country video.
Really? What did you do, Tuck Ladder?
Oh, sorry. Brimley and I put on our cowboy boots and our cowboy hats, and we did it.
Nice. And did you do it live or just upload it?
No, I uploaded it.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I think anything like that is a great way to sell it. Because I mean, you have all week to, I'm gonna, our challenge group starts on Monday, but it's prep week, so they still would have time, so we got all week to like rock it out. Try to hit Success Club before, the 15th, then you don't have to stress. And Joelle is doing a live. Tell them what you're doing in case anyone wants to join you.
So tomorrow around 2 o'clock or 2:30 my time, which is Eastern, I'm going to be posting a Zoom call that you guys can join in on. And that's going to be on my computer. And I'm also going to have my Country Heat going on my computer as well. And then on my phone, I'm going to go live on my Fit page. So I'll probably do half of the workout live on Facebook and like let them know that I'm working out with my team as well. So if anyone wants to join me, that'd be awesome.
What time is it at?
2 or 2:30. I don't know yet. Depends on when my kid sleeps.
Is everyone in the test group? If not, get your booty in there. Okay. Well, I feel like we hit it all. I mean, not all of it, but yeah. Actually, one more takeaway. You guys need to watch the Melanie Mitchell video that I posted today, because Melanie Mitchell, it was actually pretty cool because she's so like sweet and like she just seems really just like a sweet, like nice mom, you know what I mean? I feel like she was like, dude, I am here because I worked my tail off. She was like getting getting kind of firm with everyone, like, because she says she has people ask her all the time, like, how did you do it? And she's like, I did it by hard work. She said, I do a lot of unsexy things. And she's like, not just when it was convenient, but every day. She said she did it 365 days a week. And she said her team calls her the consistency queen. And that's really what it's about. And then she said, she showed a picture of this ballerina, like a ballerina with ballet shoes on, and one shoe had a ballerina on and the other one had no ballerina shoe on, and it showed like the toes all gnarly and in pain and bandaged and stuff. And she was like, this is, everyone thinks it's like glamorous, but she's like, I work an insane amount. I mean, not like time wise, but I think she's super smart with the time that she puts in, and she 10X's it. So that's another book you need to read if you haven't read it. So anyway, go watch that video because it was really, really good. And I mean, when they shared her elite points, so they showed all the top 10, right? And they were like, okay, the top 10 had around like 1,500 points. Melanie Mitchell, who's number 1, had like 2,600 points or something. She was like, she won way farther than any of them because she's just so consistent, so organized, so, works smart, works hard. So anyway, I was like thinking about it and I'm like, dude, that girl like 10X is so hard, so bad. I'm like, I should watch every single one of her YouTube videos. Like, she's a genius. So anyway, at least watch the one that I posted today. And let's just crush our goals. I hope you guys were as inspired as we were, and go buy your friggin' ticket to Summit because you won't regret it. And right now it's on sale and it's going to sell out. It sold out last year. It's going to sell out. So it was, I think, how much were they? 145 or something?
Yeah, 145. And we should also look into an Airbnb or like a hotel now so that we book it soon.
Hotels went on sale today or yesterday.
They went up to 65 on Sunday. After Sunday, Monday started. There were 175 now.
I'm gonna message the people.
The tickets.
Hey, can we rent that Airbnb again, and maybe one next to it too?
We're not there. Remember, we're in New Orleans.
Oh crap!
They're like, sure. You're like,
sure. Okay, thanks, guys. Why you're here? Help me out. Okay, fine. Someone find an Airbnb in New Orleans.
I'll do it right now.
Their team's gonna like triple, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for joining and thanks for sharing all your takeaways and being on here. We had a great turnout. So I will post this screenshot in our Team Chic group. And have a good night, you guys. Love you. Bye.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Yes, this is the new time for all our meetings. Be there.